Hello everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to Mode Select. And today we've got a special video for you. The holidays are coming soon, and we're probably going to be posting a lot less during that time, maybe not even at all. But this small video I've made for you is a little gift to you guys to watch before we get back to our normal things. But for now, we got my top 5 favorite games that I played during 2017. Now, to be clear, this isn't exactly games that came out in 2017. These are just games that I played during the year of 2017. But remember, this video is 100% biased, so if in case your favorite video game of 2017 doesn't show up on this list, then make sure to leave it down in the comments and we'll be able to see what games you played this year. Anyway, let's get right to the video. Number 5. Coming up in our number 5 spot is Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Now, this game, well, Kingdom Hearts in general is one of my favorite game series of all time, and, well, normally a game like this would end up higher on the list, possibly number 2 or 1, but 2.8 didn't really give all that much gameplay, if you know what I mean. You had Dream Drop Distance, which is pretty much just half a game on its own, and then you had the 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a Fragment Passage, which was just like 2 hours of gameplay, which was pretty much just like a demo to Kingdom Hearts 3. And then there was the back cover, which was just a 40-minute movie of the stuff that happens in the mobile game, but like not even really. It barely gives us any information. But I know this sounds very like negative, but the game is actually really great. Like, Dream Drop Distance is pretty much my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Possibly just because you can play as Riku and the World Ends With You characters are in it, which is so awesome since that's my favorite game. But yeah, Final Chapter Prologue is really good, but just not very long, considering that you buy it as a full-priced game. But yeah, I definitely consider you to play it, but unless you really can't afford it, then perhaps you'd go buy 2.5 and 1.5 remix instead. But yeah, this game is good, it's amazing, it's Kingdom Hearts, it's everything you could possibly dream of. It's just a bit pricey for how much content there is. So let's move on to the next one. Number 4. And for my 4th favorite game of 2017, it's Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But more specifically, Ultra Moon, since that's the one I bought. Now, this is a pretty good improvement off of the regular Pokemon Sun and Moon of last year. It has so many new features that expand the gameplay of the original games, though it did still have the same basic story of the first Sun and Moon, but they really expanded off of it. I did want a sequel to the game like they did with Pokemon Black and White. They did Black and White 2, and Black and White 2 was amazing. But even though it wasn't a sequel like those games, it's still great with all the new Ultra Beasts, new side quests, new clothes you could wear. I really like the new customizable clothing where you can like wear like armor from Pokemon, like Komodo or Pikachu clothing. That was really cute. There's also really awesome side quests. Like, there's so many more new side quests. There were side quests in Sun and Moon, but Ultra Sun and Moon has so many side quests. It's like amazing. It's not easy to find them because they're kind of just like hidden all over the place and there's no way to keep track of them. But like, there's a lot of them and some of them are pretty interesting. And the Mantine Surf, oh man, I love the Mantine Surf. It's so cool and so fun, where you just surf on top of a Mantine and jump on waves and do tricks and depending how good you do, you get more points, and you can use points to teach your Pokemon new attacks. So that's pretty much like the move tutor of the game, since Sun and Moon didn't have a move tutor. But yeah, it's a really fun way to rack up those points to learn some awesome new attacks. And you can interact more with your Rotom Dex, which is really super cute. And the after game is so much more eventful. There's so many things you can do that it just makes the game more time consuming, which is great because I like to spend a lot of time playing Pokemon. But that's pretty much everything I gotta say about this game, so on to the next one. Number 3. And for my third favorite game that I played in 2017, this might come as a surprise to you guys because it probably is a game you've never heard of, and that's .hack.GU Last Recode. Now this game is a remake of the .hack.GU series, which came out on the PS2 a long time ago, and it's just one of my favorite game series of all time. This game is so fun, and like, it's basically about a online game. Well, it's an RPG about an online game. So you take control of a person that's playing an online game, and it's just so much fun. Like, you hack into places, into the game, and you fight monsters and fields and dungeons, and you can trade with NPCs as if it was like an online game, and you can add people to your party that's friends with you and message them outside the game. And yes, there's an outside of the game where you can message people and look at the news of the outside world of the game. It's really convoluted and stuff, but it's so much fun. The battle system is great. You once you encounter a monster, you go into a battle zone, which then you have like a freestyle combo type of game, and you have a multitude of different types of weapons you can use, so you can combo with all of them and switch between them. And there's also cute things like grunties and chim-chims, and yeah, it's just so much fun. And the story is so engaging. You have these viruses that are inside the online game, and when they kill people in the game, they fall into comas in real life. And you're trying to solve this by trying to get everyone out of comas, and it's just so engaging. Once you start playing, it's hard to stop. And I just, like, even though I've played this game before on the PS2, replaying it on the PS4, it still feels amazing to me, as if I just started playing it for the first time again. And there's always new stuff to find. The game is so big. You've got like a multitude of different combinations of different areas you can go to by combining words together to create areas. And you can find rare items, and you can trade with NPCs. I think I said that already, but yeah, it's just fun. It really feels like you're playing an MMO RPG, even though all of the other players are just computers. But it's a really good game for people who want to get the feel of an MMO, but they don't want to interact with other people. So basically, it's like an MMO but with computers. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Number 2. And now for my number 2 spot. It was really hard for me to pick between number 1 and number 2 for which one I liked more. But as you can see, number 2 is NieR Automata. Now, this game is groundbreaking. This game is so good. I had so much fun, and I even cried playing this game. This game is so engaging, and its story is so emotional, and it really makes you think when you're playing it. It's just an experience. This game is just so good. The music in this game is so beautiful. It's some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard in a video game. And the story, oh my god. It really makes you feel and makes you experience this once in a lifetime game. And basically the game is about androids in a post-apocalyptic world where there are pretty much no humans left, and you fight robots that were made by aliens. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really sound all that amazing, but trust me, this game is the best. Like, it's just short of the #1 spot, and there'll be the reasons for that, I will say, in the #1 spot. But yeah, this game is just a once-in-a-lifetime game. You don't even need to play the previous NieR games, well, the one previous NieR game, to understand what this game is all about. It's actually, I find it's a way better to play it without playing the previous one, because the previous game kind of spoils a few things, and playing this game blind really makes you think, and really makes you question a lot of things. But yeah, this game really does a lot of different things. Like, the game has 26 different endings, which is an ending for each letter of the alphabet, and there's a lot of really funny endings that are just goofy or out of nowhere. Like, for example, removing your own OS chip, which just kills you, and then the game is like, okay, well, game over, you're not supposed to take that out, but here's an ending because you died from removing that. But yeah, like, that's just one example of so many joke endings that the game has. And yeah, and there's a lot of like sad moments and happy moments and cute moments and just moments of pure despair. But I'm just like rambling at this point. I really love this game, and I doubt anytime soon that I'm gonna love a game as much as I love this one. But yeah, after all this, you probably think I'm annoying, and yeah, I guess I am dragging things along. Anyway, on to the next one, I guess. And now for our honorable mentions. And we've got 3 games for you in the honorable mentions. First, we got Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. Now, this game is pretty cool. It's like the only decent Berserk game, which I really like Berserk. But it pretty much plays like your average Dynasty Warriors game. And yeah, it doesn't really do all that much that any other Dynasty Warriors game, and that's why it ended up in the honorable mentions. Now, for the next game is the Attack on Titan game that was for the consoles, like the PS4 and the Xbox One. And it was also a Dynasty Warriors style game, but this one actually was pretty good. Like, it really did different than the average Dynasty Warriors game. It really feels a lot different. You really can't tell that it's a Dynasty Warriors game at first, but then it becomes evident later. Where you just, do Attack on Titan stuff, where you fly around with your mobility gear and cut Titans. You can cut their body parts off and their nap and kill them and stuff, and you can upgrade stuff. And I'm not going to talk about that much about it since it's an honorable mention, but yeah. On for the next game, we have Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remastered for the PS4. Now, this was the first time I played Final Fantasy X, and it was really good. Definitely one of the best Final Fantasy games out there, but not X-2. X-2 is not so good. I didn't even finish it. I just gave up on it because it just didn't feel all that great. But X-1, oh, really good. Really amazing. A definite must-play, except for the Blitzball. Stay away from Blitzball. Stay very far away from Blitzball. It is bad. I will never play Blitzball again. And yeah, now on for our number 1 pick. Number 1! And now, finally, for my number 1 pick. My favorite game that I played in 2017 is, well, you can see it right here in the background. It's Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, I guess that was pretty obvious. I mean, you can see Noctis right there in the background of this video. And yeah, and it's also one of the songs that we use for our intro. But anyway, this game is just phenomenal. But I mean, that's what you'd expect from Square Enix. And the reason why this was my #1 pick instead of NieR Automata is just because, like, there's still stuff to do to this day. I mean, Episode Ignis just came out in, like, a few weeks ago. And yeah, and there's still steady content just keep coming out for Final Fantasy 15. As for NieR Automata, it's just done. It's over. And that's literally the only reason why Final Fantasy 15 is in #1. I really can't pick between which one I enjoy more, but Final Fantasy 15 I'll put in my #1 just because there's a lot more to do, and there's still more things to come for it, which is great. But as for the actual game itself, oh my god, it's such an improvement to the Final Fantasy franchise. I know that's really biased of me to say that, because a lot of people really enjoy the turn-based style, but the free roaming and the combo style is just a much funner style for me specifically. And the graphics, oh my god, it looks so beautiful. The world of Final Fantasy 15 is just so beautiful. You got the forests, you got the deserts, you got the plains, you got the volcanic area, you got the swamp area, and you can fish, you can ride chocobos. Oh, the chocobo riding. This is definitely the best game to ride chocobos. And you can drive in your car and listen to Final Fantasy music from all the other Final Fantasy games as you like cruise along on those streets in your awesome looking car that you can customize. And yeah, the story, oh my god, I cried so much. This story of this game is so emotional. But I mean, that's typical for a Final Fantasy game, and it's very typical of Square Enix to do that. And the music. Oh my god, the music is so good. The music in this game is just phenomenal. I just love listening to it all the time. I even use it for our intro, as I said earlier. And yeah, and the characters in this game are just so awesome. They're so fun, and it's so sad to see what happens to them throughout the game, and you really connect with the characters. There's just so much to do and so much to see in this game that it's just like the #1 must-have game. You have to play this game. If you haven't played this game yet, go get it. You can get it for the PS4, you can get it for the Xbox One. I'm pretty sure you can even get it for like your computer. So yeah, there's no reason to not get this game. This game is just the best. There's no beating this game so far in the Final Fantasy franchise, and it's just really awesome. Well, so is NieR Automata, and I really love them both pretty much equally, but Final Fantasy 15 still has a lot more to offer. So go into the store and go get this game if you haven't already. So anyway, that was my top 5 favorite games that I played in 2017. Now I hope you guys have great holidays this winter, spending time with your loved ones, and I hope that you had a good year of 2017, and I hope that in 2018 we'll have another good year. There's a lot of new games coming out in 2018 that I'm excited for, so that is always great. But anyway, that's the end of the video. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to smash that subscribe button that's right there in the middle, and leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions for us. This was Mode Select, signing out.